Gotta have my pops.
The original intention of the film was just for my personal use, but I thought with it being such a unique thing that I'd like to offer it to anybody who wants to see it. Things like that. And it's just a unique film of him.
He says, I beat you. He says, they say we came in under the dead of heat. He says, that's not true because I beat you. And the American said, well, he says, if you like to think so, he says, but I know the real story. He says, I know I clearly won that one. See?
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
I'ma get it, you know I be on the way. Yeah. You know I be on the way. Man on a mission, I'ma get it, you know I be on the way. Yeah, it's all hard, ain't no fear here. You ain't giving this to all, you steer clear. Never beat, I've been down and I reappear. You got some money on the line, you better put it here. Rolling in and doing that work.
Bringing you sex, sass, and style. Buckle up and unlock your imagination for a fun adventure with these death-dealing dames. They sail the galaxy in search of spoils. The most dangerous acquisition, and the most fruitful, are the legendary Splinters of Yggdrasil. The Splinters are magical artifacts forged from the Tree of Life that wreak havoc on the universe. The missions are perilous, but the bounty is glorious. Enjoy our hyper-fictional wonderland. How is a pirate ship sailing through space? 'Cause magic. How do they heal so quickly after battle? 'Cause magic. How are they able to communicate through jewelry? 'Cause magic. It's all about the characters. Abo, rough, robotic, ready. Mo, carefree, callous, courageous. Mistress Graven, daring, diplomatic, dominating. Betsy, academic, accountable, aristocratic. Nefara, ancient, assured, adrenaline junkie. Bruto, proud, prominent, protective. Fisty, independent, incendiary, invigorating. Roxy, superficial, scarred, secretive. Once you get to know this diverse crew of mythical miscreants, you'll be anxious to find out what trouble they'll get into on the next episode. Go to abogrizzly.com and order both halves of the first episode today.
chaperone can get our number. The world's in slumber. Let's misbehave. There's something wild about you, child, that's so contagious. Let's be outrageous. Let's misbehave. When Adam won Eve's hand, he wouldn't stand for teasing. He didn't care about those apples out of season. They say the spring means just one thing to little lovebirds. We're not above birds. Let's misbehave.
Come get some.
Richness Comic Network and comic-related madness proudly presents Monday Madness, featuring Pops and the Richness, and indie creators from around the world. Tune in to our content on Comic Talk with Pops Van Zandt on YouTube.
Hey, yo!
Yeah.
What's up, Rich? Looking all just fresh out the shower. What's happening, bro?
I just went to the gym for the first time in a long time, and I acted like one of those awesome fucking action heroes that beat the shit out of people and then bang their girlfriends or something like that. So, routine fucking Monday afternoon for me.
Banta, what song are you trying to get? Because
the song of the Richness.
If you're talking about the ones attached to CromCon or the Monday Madness, those are ours. I can send it to you.
I want that song.
There ain't no looking it up. Those are ours. I love that stuff. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look, we got a full show today, so we're just gonna dive right in. We are meeting for the first time, I do believe.
I love diving right in.
Nick Brewster. What's
hey,
happening?
Pops.
Hey, what's up, man? Good to meet
Rich.
you. How you doing?
I'm good. Good to meet you guys.
All right. So,
excuse me, I'm just drinking my steroids.
I saw you on Critical Blast. RJ said, "Pops, get this guy in your show." So that's how we do it. We pass you creators around like a fatty.
Yeah, like a joint.
Yeah, that's great.
You got to pass the Dutchie on the left on side, man. That's how you got to do
it. There is no guy named Irving involved in any of our music. Sorry.
A guy named Irving? Who the fuck's Irving? I had trouble with Yngwie Malmsteen, and now you're like throwing in Irving? I mean, come on, Speedy.
Why do you have trouble with Yngwie?
Because I couldn't pronounce his name. I was trying for the longest time. I just learned like a few years ago. I'm like, well, that's what it sounds like.
Man, one of these days I'm going to pull out the photo album with all my concert pictures.
Oh, no. Are you serious?
I was basically on stage with Yngwie.
Nice.
I got lots of pictures, man, from back in the Z-Rock days,
Oh my God.
That's one of the few things that survived through all that is like a couple of photo albums, man.
Yeah.
But we are here right now because we're going to talk about, do you see what I see?
Do you see what I see? Let me see that. I got to blow that up a little bit. I have to use my phone because my laptop is absolute crap. Augmented.
That's Ain't Misbehaving. That's the name of that.
Not your music, Rich's intro.
Let's
I didn't think it was that. Maybe you're that old, but I didn't think you'd like that type of stuff.
It's called Let's Misbehave, I think.
Yeah, it's called Let's Misbehave. It was one of the biggest pop songs ever until Somewhere Over the Rainbow showed up.
That was like big band era, big stuff back in.
No, it was way before. It was way before that. It was in the 20s, right around the time that jazz started coming around.
That's what I'm saying. When my granny was a teenager, she was listening. Maybe she was in her 20s. I think she was 1899. She was born. But
considering who you are, Pops, I wouldn't be surprised if your grandma was like the best flapper dancer all over, and she had all those boys like doing the Tom and Jerry Wolf cartoon thing, where they draw chops 5 feet or something.
I don't know about that, but I know she was tough. So Fanta
so I'm not surprised about that too. Hey. Hey, new guy. There he is.
All right.
All right. So, Brew, what do you want to be called? You want to be called Brew or something? What would you like?
Yeah.
All right, Brew. Tell us what you got here, man.
Yeah. So it's basically it's a 176-page graphic novel, which is the first one that I've made. So I dived right in and went for a big one straight away.
Ambitious much? Holy crap! Where are you from? Are you from Australia?
I am, yeah.
So whereabouts?
In Queensland. I'm on the Gold Coast in Australia.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, just getting my day started here. So it's like 6 a.m. So
right now we are all over the world. This is why I do this show at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I can catch the people in Australia waking up.
Yeah.
We got Rich before he goes to bed. I'm here in the States. It covers everything, man. It's the best time slot.
Yeah,
Y'all stay
nice.
away from my time slot. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm in the United Kingdom. Yeah, I'm from New York. I was born in Brooklyn, but I live in the UK now.
Okay, cool. Nice.
That's all right. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here, but we'll see what happens.
I spent a couple of years in the UK in my younger days. But I'm from Melbourne originally, but I've moved to the sunny part of Australia.
So
I didn't know there was a dark, cloudy part. I mean, it's like 90% desert. There's a dark, cloudy part.
Is it
like Seattle or?
Yeah, a little bit, but not too bad, I guess. Yeah.
Really? Damn, I didn't think that because 90% of the continent's desert. It's kind of inhabitable. I'm like, what part is not sunny?
Yeah, no, it's true. Oh yeah, it's pretty sunny where I am every day of the year. So that's pretty good.
Steroids drink. Anyway, please talk to us about this.
Yeah, so it's a satirical slasher, is what I like to call it. A slasher.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's so I was going to do it originally. My background's in movies and film, so I was going to do this as
very good.
Yeah, screenwriting. So I was going to do. We got really close to making this as a movie. Actually, we'd even set some really cool cast and things in it, and then, as happens with films, sometimes about 2 weeks before we started pre-production, the finance fell through on it. So
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was just before sort of all the COVID stuff.
Let me jump. You got any credits we know about?
No. This was going to be my first feature film as well.
I just needed to know if there was something we could go look up and go, oh, dude did that. That's cool.
Yeah, I worked a lot in film distribution and things like that.
Oh, okay. Because we were about to ask you. Oh, what did you work on this thing? I don't know what's it called? Lord of the Rings, stuff like that. I worked on this little indie film in the middle of New Zealand with a bunch of Kiwis, and it's like, what's his name? Peter Jameson? No, Peter Jackson.
Jackson.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long have you been working in film?
I was working for a couple of companies which put film into theaters and things like that.
Okay.
So for over about a decade, and so a lot of acquisitions, so lots of reading scripts and
very good, man.
Yeah, script editing, that sort of stuff. But I always wanted to do writing. Yes, I was writing.
Okay, well, what made you go from? I mean, comics, comic books, really. Comics have a lot in common with film. A lot of them are story. Comics to me are storyboards with different size panels. What made you want to take whatever creativity you have in filmmaking and put it into a comic book?
Well, I didn't want to have scripts, which I'd spend a lot of time working on. Sitting in a drawer. So, but I also didn't want to write them as prose, as though in novel format. Still quite visual. So, and I'd been looking at graphic novels, comics for a little while. I didn't really grow up reading them, but I'd started paying some attention to them. And then when the film fell over, I just started. We just turned attention to how else can I do this?
Come on, pal writer,
and,
dude, you didn't even say hi, and you started.
Sorry about that, Brew. We have an audience that has the IQ of turnip and the maturity level of flea. So we're sorry that unfortunately that we're not nearly as sophisticated sounding or talking as you. So you'll have to bear with it.
I like. That's good.
Yes, I know. Use one syllable words and you should be just fine. It's for the rest of the troglodytes to understand. We all love you. Do you ride what I ride? Okay.
That's one of the
Chris Brown is really going up there. I mean, first he says how sexy I am, and now he's talking about misspelling the words title of your book. Speaking of which, nice segue here. What is your book about?
So it's set in a elite college in the US, and there's an Australian girl goes over there to study, and basically she finds like a campus which is sort of a little bit crazy with some of the political things that are going on or have been going on. And so there's a speaker coming to the campus who's caused a whole lot of protests among some of the students. And basically around that setting, we have a psycho in a mask who starts killing some students and etc. Yeah, so it's very much based on your 80s sort of slasher tropes, and there's even a lot of throwbacks to the 80s in the book. It starts off with a prologue, which is an 80s party, which ends in a tragedy on Halloween. And
I love 80s parties.
Yeah, and then our heroine comes to the school a year later, and that's when we pick up our proper story. Yeah. So we might, if we have a look at the trailer pops, at the top it's goes for about a minute and a half. If we want to have a quick look at that.
Yes, please, by all means, show us the trailer, man. Show us everything you got on this thing.
I was getting to that. I figured we'd show the trailer at some point.
No, I'm not saying you, Pops. I'm just saying in general.
Well, I mean,
by the way, the art's fantastic. The art looks really, really polished. I like the choices you made when it came to your art team. Unless you drew the damn thing.
No, of course, no, I didn't draw it at all. But I actually just put the team together by searching online. And my artist is a Korean girl called Jisoo Kim, and she lives in Australia now. And so I was looking locally, just because the time difference wasn't too bad, and so to work with. Yeah, and but she's actually got a little bit of a storyboard background as well. She's done some work with Disney.
Excellent. Yeah. I'd love to see some. I'm excited to see more of her work. It's always great when you have someone who's a student of film as well as comics and storyboarding, because to me, that's how I learned. I studied film. I didn't read how to draw comics to Marvel because I think there's 6 or 7 generic poses and maybe a few perspectives, and that's it. It doesn't give the full nuance of the story. So I'm actually excited to see what the interiors of this book is going to be like.
Yeah, no, actually, she was actually just going to cafes and drawing the scene in front of her, and I kind of like perspective and stuff like that. And so that's one of the reasons I picked up. Yeah. Yep. And then I found a colorist in Australia called Matt James, and I really like his stuff as well. And then I got Eric Weathers on to do the letters.
Excellent, good job, man. Yeah. And is this an active? Is this an active campaign now, or when is it going to go?
This is currently up and running, live at the moment. So I think
excellent, man. Very good.
About 10 days left on the first 30 days.
All right, excellent, man. Excellent.
But the book is 100% completed already.
What?
So,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so it's ready to go. Just got to send it to the printer. So
very good, man. Very good. Yeah. Excellent thing. I'm sorry for interrupting. I'd love to see the trailer.
No. Let's have a look.
right then.
All righty then. Yes.
All righty then. That looks really good. That looks really, really good. You are very well. Oh, thank you for showing us, man. Yeah, and you already have this completed. That's incredible. 176 pages. This did this take you like literally a year, or were you guys just that productive that you got it done in 6 months?
No, this definitely took a year, probably a little bit over a year. So I've been working on this project for about 4 years, I'd say. So it's good to have it be ready to
that's
something out there. Yeah,
that's fantastic.
And you got Eric Weathers to do letters on 176 pages? Man, you made that poor guy work.
Of course, you got to make him work. He is really good. Like, so my team, I actually got really lucky with my team.
He is one of the best, no doubt.
I want to see his lettering. I haven't seen his lettering yet.
Oh, he's been in everything, Rich. You've seen a lot of it. You just don't know. A lot of stuff we've covered. A lot of stuff we've covered. Eric is
okay.
And it was also good because I wouldn't even give him a lot of the time. I wouldn't give him something specific in terms of a sound effect. I would just say, I need something in there, and then he's really creative.
And then it happens.
Coming up with
you see those music notes and stuff right there, Rich?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I just love the way he just plays with everything, man.
Yeah, those are fun. Yeah. Those are fun. I will freely admit those are fun. Let me take a look at that. You stop for a second. Is this a font that he designed on his own?
I think he's. I don't know if he probably did.
He's probably designed a dozen or 2 dozen or 3 dozen different fonts.
Yeah.
It looks good. I like it. It's don't laugh when I say this. It looks like John Costanza and Tom Orzechowski merged and became this. Because I love the art of lettering as well, and it's like John Costanza's lettering I've seen everywhere, and Tom Orzechowski's lettering has been in every single thing that Chris Claremont has ever done in his entire life. Mm-hmm. And it's like it's easily recognizable. This is a really good font, and I mean to say nothing of the art.
We could try to get Eric out here sometime. I mean, he's involved in so much stuff that we have promoted over the last couple of years. It's like, look, it's Prince. Oh.
It is Prince.
So we got there's DJ Spinderella and MC Hammer and Vanilla Rice. It's like they're all.
MC Hammer was the '90s, man. What the heck? 89. No, he was not. He was like, Can't Touch This came out in 1990. Man, you missed that mark.
89.
All right, well, that's it for this book. I ain't gonna get this thing, that's for sure. If you're gonna do like historical accuracy,
hey, Mr.
MC Hammer was still a bat boy for the Oakland A's. Come on, man.
Rich, we can't go on historical accuracy when we talk about your book.
Well, what's that? Wait, why?
Salami.
Oh yeah. No, I don't want to talk about. I'm not talking about mine. I'll brag about mine later because I know I'm awesome. But this guy's awesomer. This is some really good stuff.
76 pages, man.
That's incredible. That is ambitious. That's very ambitious.
And I'll put the whole prologue actually on the campaign so people can get a bit of a feel of how the pages flow and stuff. So the first 17 pages in order.
What's up, dude? Hamburgers.
Let me see this over here. I'm pinching the screen so I can see it. Yeah. Would you like to dance with me? Is he Rick Astley? Oh my God, he's Rick Astley.
Would you
like to dance with me?
Heads up, Rich. We got Munchkin.
That's right.
We have a Munchkin.
You got football practice today?
Yeah.
Hey man.
It's right after.
He's got football practice. He got to go put the pads on and tackle people and stuff.
All right, don't kill the quarterback, all right? That's a penalty. And you may you ruin a franchise by doing that.
Yeah, don't kill the quarterback.
Don't kill the quarterback. Just name him. Hurt him in every way but his throwing arm, because then he has no motion whatsoever. He's dead.
He's
He's
supposed
messed
to
up.
try and get the quarterback if
Yeah.
you're on the other team.
Yeah, if he's on the other team, you're supposed to try to get
Sorry,
him.
Brew. That's American football. You know,
Yeah.
with those really corn-fed
just
Iowa
put
beef
a couple of
linemen and
slides
everything that weigh
'cause
500 pounds and run a 400-yard dash in 3 seconds.
Mom,
Like,
I'm picking them up if you
Yeah.
want.
We get it. We watch a little bit of that over here.
If you
So
want to
don't
tell
play
me
it. So,
something,
but yeah, we watch them.
right now.
I'm still fuzzy on the difference between British rugby and Australia rules.
Guys, I'll be
Yeah,
right.
so we've got Aussie rules. That's like completely different too.
It is, isn't it? It's kind of like American football, the American version of football and Canadian football. Because Canadian football has an extra 30 yards and the field is a lot bigger, and there's a couple of things that you can do that you can't do in the NFL. I mean, is it like that? Is it subtle differences as far as that's concerned?
Our game, Australian rules football, that's like completely different. It's played on an oval, and there's no
an
rules.
oval. Holy crap! I didn't know that.
Yeah, basically no rules. Like you can.
Oh, no rules? Yeah, I like that. Yeah. That's fun.
No pads. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
What?
Oh yeah, Australian football is cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, Australia is the home. Well, Australia is the home to every crocodile species known to man, and every man-eating shark and spiders that are like 3 feet big. So yeah, I think that they're a breed apart from the rest of us lowly, weak-ass humans. So.
Yeah, well,
I really have
this, Rich. They looked at our football, they looked at rugby, they looked at soccer, and they went, "That's not football," and they made their own football, man.
I will never. No. Oh my God. Yeah, I will. Brew. I promise I will never use an Australian accent because it'll wind up sounding. It'll wind up sounding British and then sounding Pakistani because I'm terrible at stuff like that. If I may, I'm looking at the continuity of this page right here that you have here.
Yeah.
And I really love. I really like how your artist here creates and establishes a really nice relationship between the couple here, and she sets the stage really well. I have to admit, she sets the stage very well. It's nice to look at, and it's really nice to see that type of stuff. And this is very, very clean art. I really have to admit, my goodness.
Cool. Yeah, I think I got pretty lucky.
How long has she been doing this?
She's been drawing since she was a child, basically, but she's self-taught. She said, basically, she would just pick up a pen and just start drawing what she saw around her.
That's how I did it too.
Yeah,
most of your best artists do all that stuff like that because, no matter how much schooling you have or how much university you go to, you either have it or you don't. And after a while, you can't get by on a diploma when it comes to anything that involves creativity. Yeah. And what's her name again?
Jisoo Kim, isn't it?
Jisoo Kim. Jisoo Kim is really good, and I could see her doing a lot more than just this. But I'm certain you're not going to let her go anytime soon because,
I
would assume that you're going to do something else with her after this.
Absolutely.
Well. Is this the next thing that you're going to do? Is it a continuation of this tale, or is this like is this a one shot? That's it.
No, I've got there's 2 more books in this series.
Okay.
Which we're going to do, and then
all right.
I've also got some other concepts which I'm looking at doing maybe on a more sort of issue based, so a little bit shorter, so that we can have some things coming out. Because the next book for this won't be ready for a couple of years. At least.
Well, given the have you made your goal yet? I'm assuming you have.
Yeah. So basically, just wanted to. It didn't really matter. Wasn't too concerned with how much we raised. I just wanted to gauge, see what some of the interest was, and start making people aware of the project, and then we'll do a print run. based on what we raise, basically. So, but it's also
I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's already if people want to read it, they can actually already back the digital tier, and I'll just send it to them straight away. And then
Excellent.
yeah, and if they like what they read on the digital, then they can get free shipping on the physical one, because I'll unlock a free shipping tier if they've backed the digital.
That's a gift, you know. I mean, having something like that is, I mean, saving the shit. You know, a lot of times anybody backing a campaign, it all depends on the shipping, and that's a really big deal.
Yeah, and I knew because it's
really
the first time and creator, and yeah, because it's such a big book too, so the shipping can be expensive. Just want to give people an option of being able to read and see if they liked before they actually made a decision on the committing to the physical.
It can be pretty it can be pretty expensive after a while. You know, that is the truth. But it's like, well, being that you've taken your knowledge of film and your writing has, I mean, again, you picked a very good artist who has taken your vision and put it on this level. Have you considered submitting this to Netflix or maybe to another studio to see if that could be turned into like a 3 or 4 part miniseries or like a trilogy of movies or something like that?
Yeah, potentially. Yeah, I'm pretty open to see what could happen with it from here.
Okay.
But I mean, we'll just sort of slowly build some momentum with the book, and then hopefully we can get some word of mouth going on it as people read it, and then we'll just see what happens from there.
And there's also a website.
There is.
So I'm going to go to the
so.
Indiegogo. This is the link to the Indiegogo right there. We just dropped it in the chat, but I'm also going to give you the link to the website so you guys can go check it out.
So I've just set up the Shopify website, which once the Indiegogo stuff, once we close that, I'll move over to Shopify, and that's where we'll be selling physical books and the digital from as well, and then hopefully adding more and more content to that as we go.
And you did pick up one of our friends as a backer while we were on the show.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I know who he is. I know who it's that guy right there. That guy did. But yeah, man, y'all make sure you check this out. One of the things I like to do, Brew, I like to make sure people get a chance to network a little bit. A lot of collaborations and stuff have come out of this show and off of this network, and people meeting each other here. And one of the things I like to do is when one guest is almost done with their segment and we're getting ready to bring in our next guest, I like to make sure everybody knows where they can find you. But at the same time, I like to introduce you to the next guy coming in, because you never know. You guys might hit it off and work together sometime in the future, right? So, Brew, this is Jon Dexter, the creator of Alpha Dogs, and another book that we're going to be talking about here real soon.
Alpha Dogs.
How's it going?
Wow. Oh, my goodness.
So, what I want you to do, Mr. Nick, I want you to tell everybody where they can find you, sir.
Yeah, so find me on Twitter. It's Sir_Brew. Or, just go to augmentedliberty.com. There's a message there.
On Twitter, Sir_Brew.
That's the one.
Go check them out. Dude, it's great to talk to you. You're going to be out at CromCon, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we'll get to talk to you again. We'll get to go over this again this weekend.
Yeah.
So,
yes, we will.
Beautiful. Thanks for having me on.
You bet. And
thanks for coming by, man.
We'll go a little deeper in this weekend. We'll go a little bit deeper into the tiers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We'll have you out this weekend. All right.
Perfect. Awesome.
Cool. Nice meeting you, my friend.
Good luck,
you guys.
Peace.
Have a good one, Brew. And thank you for showing us your book. It's amazing. And congratulations again.
I appreciate it. Cheers.
All right. All right, man.
John,
All right.
Mr. Dexter, Mr. Dexter.
Jon Dexter.
I've had the pleasure of following this guy through pretty much all of his comic career so far, right?
Yeah. It was about a year ago, actually a year and a month ago when I started Alpha Dogs 1 and went on your show. So it's a little bit of anniversary.
So we went through Alpha Dogs 1 and Alpha Dogs 2, and he got a little Norbent, Rich. He got a little Norbent. He's got Dime Store Detective.
Yeah. Comes out tomorrow at 8:00.
Oh, congrats, man. Where are you launching it on?
Kickstarter.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we got him.
A link in the
we got him
private chat.
scheduled for CromCon. We're gonna bring him out after his launch.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna put
let me get this up though. Let me get this fixed so I can show everybody this campaign. This new campaign from Mr. Jon Dexter. I like this guy. I've met him I got to actually meet him. I've seen him at a couple different local cons.
Yeah.
Good dude, man. You guys got to check out what he's got going on. Now, he sent me some art on the side.
Yeah,
he did.
We got about half the comics finished right now, so he's working on the other half. He's an Italian, Luca. I'm gonna destroy his last name, so I don't even gonna attempt it.
Jon Dexter. I'm Italian, so be very careful about screwing up the last name.
Yeah. So I'm not even gonna attempt it. It's like CICCHIITTI. It's I don't know.
Oh my God, you racist! Let me see his name. Let me see his name. I want to know who he is. Let me see his name. What's his?
Type it in the private.
Oh, I know you're talking about Luca Ciccitti.
Yeah.
Luca Ciccitti, am I correct?
Sure, that sounds good. I believe you. Whatever you say, man.
Man, you hurt my feelings. Oh, there's Jim O'Reilly. Thank you for making me even feel better now. Yay. Fuck. If it's the Luca Ciccitti, I know who you're talking about. You made a really good choice. He's really good.
Yeah, he is. He's on tour right now, so it's been kind of difficult to get some pages from him, but it's all right.
He's worth the wait. What's he on tour for?
He's a singer. He sings American music. Yeah.
Oh my God, this guy's gonna get laid so much.
I hate him already.
I hate him already too. It's like he sings and then he draws, and it's like, I give up.
Yeah, he's a very talented individual.
Yeah, he's probably like Tommy Lee proportions too. So that's just the end of me.
I just look at his art.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, it's like knowing my luck. It'd be like, oh man, come on, enough. That's it. I quit.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, so Dime Store Detective. Please run us through what this story is all about.
Yeah, so I was always I had wrote a screenplay a long time ago called Dime Store Detective, and it was about a detective in LA in the 1950s who gives up his career to be a novelist. And so I had like half of the story, but then it just totally evolved into something different. And I also had a love for the old dime store, mostly the art of the dime store novels. I was always a big fan of, if you ever catch those. And then I wanted to do something that had a supernatural element to it to kind of set me apart from everybody else's noir stories. I was a fan of LA Confidential, True Detective, and
which season?
Falcon, those type of stories. I always wanted to tell one. So I had listened to a podcast it was just only a few months ago, about the Dixie Mafia. I don't know if you're familiar with them at all, but
the Dixie Mafia. Okay. I never heard of them really.
Yeah. So if you ever watched
wait a second. Well, 1 second. You said Mafia. You're asking me if I've heard of like the Mafia?
Well, the Dixie Mafia is totally different. You're talking.
Yeah, I know that. So, but you're thinking that because it's Mafia, then I know about it.
No, it's just a part of history, man.
I'm sorry. I'm kidding. I just had to like break the ice with that. I'm sorry. I'm
it's all good, man.
Rich knows all
All
about mafiosi.
No, I do not. You racist.
It's Tracy.
But so
Tracy, that's right.
The Dixie Mafia, back, if you ever heard of the movie Walking Tall, I'm sure everybody's seen that movie. But Buford T.
I saw both versions.
Yep. Buford Pusser, he got attacked trying to straighten out that little town in the dirty South. Well, that was the Dixie Mafia, and they pretty much had the run of the South, Alabama, Georgia, and they did high criminal. So I was fascinated by them, and I wanted to tell a story that I figured would match up. And instead of doing hitmen, because that's what they're involved with, drugs, hitmen, I decided to do moonshiners. These guys. So if you think of the best way to describe this story is if you take Stephen King's It, and True Detective, and then a really, really dark episode of Dukes of Hazzard, then you'll have Dime Store Detective, because that's basically what you're going to get. I mean, I know they go together like peanut butter and jelly. So
I'm trying to find. I remember Dukes of Hazzard rather vividly, and the only time that I remember that it ever went dark is when Coy and Vance were introduced for that season. Because it's like.
Well, remember? Well, there was an episode where the Duke boys, they thought they were dead, and I think that was like the last episode or something. That was kind of.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's like, and it's like Roscoe's like all remorseful. It's like I killed him because I was so good as a police officer, and it's like. No, you were not. They just got away. It's like, holy crap! I remember that.
Yeah.
God,
So,
you're probably as old as I am. I feel bad for you then, if that's the case.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Instead of the General Lee, the Challenger, the car is after my own dad's favorite car, the Barracuda, the Hemi Plymouth Barracuda with a Hemi motor, 1973. That's the cool car of the story. So it starts out with a letter from a father to a son, and I think Pop has it on some of the images that I sent, and that's how we start out. And I loved. I don't know if anybody's watched Lonesome Dove.
Yeah, I have actually. Bret Hart was in it.
Yeah. Okay. So I love the scene at the end where Tommy Lee Jones is remembering. You see the flashbacks from what is that present day to. So that's kind of how I start out with it. The comic book goes from 1981 to the present day, and changes of that city, and it's very much what happened in 1981 with these moonshiners. They're called the Mackinac brothers, and they kind of ran the moonshine stills in the dirty South there, and it takes place in Athens, Georgia, over in the Appalachians. And then this new crew comes in that's associated with the Dixie Mafia and tries to run them out. And it becomes this infamous still war of 1981 for the story. And we cut back to the present time with the son of the moonshiner, Detective Donald McInder. And he comes upon this crime scene where this woman is hanging from a tree in this Jesus-like pool has been murdered. She's the third murder victim this month. And she's been left in the very same spot that the detective's father and uncle, where the Mackinac brothers, the moonshiners, buried a bunch of bodies back in 1981 during their moonshine wars. And there's a connection between these murders of today and the still war, as you call it, moonshine war of 1981. And we're trying to figure out the connection. And in the middle of all this is this evil entity that's connected to it all. And we kind of just get our feet wet a little bit with issue 1 with this evil entity that's been around and has this, we'll say, vendetta against these Mackinac guys.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a 7-issue limited series. It's I don't think anybody's here this is the present, this is the past. So what I wanted to do was introduce the readers to the beginning and seeing the same, how everything is different but the same. And you have the town, you have, in here you have them drag racing, and today they're mud bogging, and the mayor of the town, and then we open up 40 years ago a body being buried, and then today with these two detectives looking up at this body that's hung from a tree. I was fascinated about how the heroes of a story like Stephen King's It or True Detective, where, you know, they destroy this thing, this peer person being whatever, and then they grow and the effect that it has on them. And then so many years later, it returns and the person they are and how they've changed and how can they defeat it now that it's returned. So it's going to be really exciting. It's really fun. There's it's got a lot of themes. A son who doesn't give up on his father, even though the whole town is basically, you know, thinks of the Mackinder family as these moonshine murderers. And this detective has kind of carried with that weight his whole life and become a detective to say, hey, my father's a great guy, and I'm going to basically carry the home fire for all these years to show that, you know, what people believe of what happened isn't actually the events that happened 40 years ago. Okay. So here's they're Plymouth Barracuda right now out running the cops. Think of Dukes of Hazzard, you know, they're moonshiners, and they basically got the town where they want them. Everybody respects and fears the Mackinder brothers.
Yeah.
And the 4 generations of moonshining. Then all of a sudden this new crew comes in that are big, you know, like I said, connected with the Dixie Mafia, who you're not going to mess with. But these 2 guys are not afraid. And the evil entity comes in within the story, and really it just creates this hellacious event in this town of Athens, Georgia.
That's really incredible. That's really involved.
Yeah, it is very involved. It's a very involved story. Like I said, I'd written it many years ago, and then after I listened to the podcast about the Dixie Mafia, I just thought, oh my God, that would be great. That's what I need to blend these 2 stories, because I've always been fascinated with that story of you know, the effects of this horrific event by this person or evil entity in this case, and how they're able to defeat it, and it comes back stronger than ever so many years later, and how it's changed him and his family. So it'll be a lot of fun. And then there's the Jeffrey Epstein connection, where these powerful people and the elite people in Georgia, the old South, you know, the good old boys, and
release the list. Oh,
he has to fight that, because the detective is a very maverick detective who's out for the people.
Anytime somebody gives me an opportunity to say that, I'm going to say that.
Drink my steroids.
Release the list. Oh, okay. I like the way you used black and white for the past and color for the present too.
Yeah, thank you. I
was wondering if that was just incomplete colors, and
no,
you know,
if we go to 1981, it's gonna be in black and white. That way, I don't have to do. I hate when people have so much exposition. I don't want to. I did the beginning. I just have 1981 and present, but after that, I'm assuming people are gonna figure out that the black and white pages take place in 1981.
Well, I gotta tell you, I like the black and white just as much as I like the color.
I know if it wasn't because you know, it's noir, so I love
it.
The black and white. But if it wasn't for needing that past and present, I would have had the whole thing black and white, because I like the feel, you know, being that it's noir, to have the black. I mean, black noir is, you know.
No, I think you just hit something that I haven't seen anybody else hit on yet. That's a great idea. Stick with that. Black and white for the past, colors for the present. And yeah, I caught up on that without even reading the freaking book, baby. See that? You know what?
He's one-upping you, Rich. Better get on it.
I expect him to one-up me on all the damn time, especially when it comes to all this stuff, you know, because I've been a comic book artist for quite some time, but I don't read comic books for shit. I don't. Yeah. I truly do not, because after a while I get really bored with it. You know, if you're gonna show any of my art, don't show the damn frog. Show the
the frog. It's one of my.
But you know, there's other stuff that I've done.
Well,
shit. The frog.
Like.
I'm in the middle of a campaign. You show the frog.
You know why I like that one, Rich?
Why?
Because you drew Frog G in character before there was a Frog G comic book.
Okay.
You drew him in character before now they're coming out with a comic, a Frog G comic. You drew him first.
You mean to tell me that I was the inspiration behind that comic? Because I don't believe that for a second.
You weren't the inspiration behind the comic. You were just the first one to draw him in character.
Whatever.
As the branch, as the super ranch. That was, we were calling him that before there was a book.
That is true. That is true. Oh man! Now you said this is forgive me for yawning. It's the UK. I'm in the United Kingdom, and it's like I'm going to stay up for the whole show, but it's like 9:45 here right now.
Oh,
so
that's crazy.
Well, it's 5 hours ahead. I'm 5 hours ahead of everybody in the States on the Eastern Seaboard. And on the West Coast, it's 8 hours. So it's like, all right, I'm awake now. Now you said this is going to be a 7-issue series. How hard? Well, I'm not going to say how hard. How did you come about making sure that the continuity was going to be completely even over a 7-issue arc? Because a 7 is an unusual thing. You either have a 4-issue, a 6-issue, or a 12-issue. Usually those things run for.
I might be able to squeeze it out into 8, so I could hopefully. But
would you want to though? Because if like you don't want to. I mean, you can do whatever you want, and I'm sure it'll be fantastic. But when Twilight came out with the last 2 movies, there was no purpose for them to draw out and make 2 movies out of the damn thing, because it took an hour and a half for them to get everybody all over the damn. Yes, I watched the Twilight movies. Shoot me, I know, and it's like, would you want to do that? Because if the story works for 7 issues, it works for 7 issues.
Yeah. Right now I've written 5. I've got 5 in the bag right now. And it's just kind of in my head. I'm thinking I'll finish it up in 7, but I can't tell you for sure. It's always, when I write them, it's always longer than what I thought it's going to be. Because at first I was thinking 6, and then it became 7. So we'll see. I mean, I'm not going to draw it out when it's not necessary. But the first issue is going to be 24 pages. Second is 28. Third is 28. The fourth is 24, and the fifth is looking like it's going to be 24. I haven't done the page breakdown yet.
Excellent work. That's great, and you're keeping it at that low page level, or that relatively low page level, so it's easier to put stuff out. So, can we assume? How soon can we? This is the first issue. Is this the first one?
Yes.
All right. How soon can we expect the second issue from this one? And are you still drawing Alpha Dog? Are you still creating Alpha Dog at the same time?
Yes. I'm glutton for punishment. As soon as this is done, there's going to be about a week, and then I'm doing Alpha Dogs issue 3. It's actually Bops is probably got the email today for this launching, and then I have a picture of the. I just showed the black and white for the second variant cover for Alpha Dogs issue 3. It's inspired by, it was my first homage cover. So I figured if I'm gonna do an homage cover, I might as well do it on of my all-time favorite movie. So if you see it, you can, it's The Empire Strikes Back. If you look at it, I haven't showed it off on social media. I just showed it to the kick.
How did you get an inspiration from The Empire Strikes Back for a movie that's pretty much True Detective meets Dukes of Hazzard?
Well, no. That's for Alpha Dogs.
For Alpha Dogs.
Totally different.
Alpha Dogs. Okay. Sorry, I apologize.
It's for.
Forgot. Sorry.
That was for Alpha Dogs, which, like I said, Alpha Dogs will be coming. Issue 3 will be coming out.
The question
probably last week of September. They've got 7 pages done right now.
The question stands, though. It was a good question. How do you get the connection between Alpha Dogs and Empire Strikes Back?
Well, if you see everybody's with Stray Dogs, they've done covers on every single piece of property, mostly horror.
Right.
Because I don't know if you guys have heard of Stray Dogs comic book.
I know who it is. I'm just like I'm trying to figure out where.
I've never heard of Stray Dogs, but if that's all they do, then it's like, oh, great. We had an expression for people like that when I was in my breakdancing days in New York City. They call them biters. They take a bite and they leave the rest.
Yeah.
Oh, Pale Rider, you sexy bastard.
Covers, but Yeah, they do really well.
I just eye rolled because I don't care about them. I'm worried about your stuff.
Yeah.
I really think
so
this.
I decided if I was there's gonna be another variant cover. It'll be based on some Marvel property, but yeah, I just figured, well, the cover looks awesome. I would show you, but I'm waiting to show it off when I get closer to the campaign. But
man, we're
if you
special.
backed my Kickstarter, then you would have seen it.
Bribery. Oh, that's supposed to work.
But
we're special, man. Pops and I are absolutely effing special. You should have been like, here, look. Before we even had a chance, man.
I actually have backed this book twice, Rich. 1 and 2 on Alpha.
Yeah, so he's got.
Oh, okay. Fuck. All right, fine. Well, let me make sure that I can survive here in the UK for another month or so, and then I'll hope to back this one. So because it's like,
well, it'd be digital.
Yeah.
And for the first 48 hours, so tomorrow I launch it 8 p.m. Eastern time, and for the first 48 hours, I'm doing an early bird special. So it's going to be discounts on the digital and the regular comic book. So,
are you launching it on a podcast?
Yeah.
Okay. Who?
So yeah. I can't remember his name. We're gonna leave that. Just let that go. We're not gonna go there. But anyway, I'll be watching on Kickstarter.
He's launching it on one of the Phil's channels, Rich.
What?
One of the Phil channels. No problem. Let it be.
What?
I'm friends with everybody. I'm friends with everybody. I don't get anybody.
We discussed it. We discussed it.
Anyway, moving along. I'm hoping to have issue 2 come out, and I'm hoping to have issue 2 come out in 4 months if this gets funded. So,
all right. Well, I'm sure it will. It looks really good. And Luca Chititis, he's a really good artist, and he's well known in the independent circuit. You picked a good artist for this one, man. Good job.
Yeah. He had wrote to me a while back and said, "Hey, this is my rates. Are you interested in working together?" And I said, "Heck yeah!" So then Stone Tower Studios, the guys that produce Alpha Dogs, they're going to be working on they're doing the lettering, the coloring, and helping me build a campaign page. So there's going to be a lot of stretch goals. There's a lot of rewards as well. You can own actually his original art from the comic book. I'm selling 16 pages for relatively cheap for original artwork from a comic book. It's going to be $140, but you also get an issue of the comic book as well. So it's kind of like $130.
That's good. That's what I got on mine. That's what I got on my Kickstarter. It's a good idea to throw in an issue with it, just to here, look, have this one. It's a good idea to do that.
Yeah, and I did have which I'm not doing now because I moved and they're boxed up. I had a reward of custom 1970 Barracudas inspired from the comic book because that's going to be very prevalent. The Barracuda that his father drives in 1981, the detective also drives now. So I wanted to have the cool muscle car because there's going to be a few car chase scenes in this as it goes along. And I've always loved like Starsky and Hutch and Knight Rider and, Dukes of Hazzard, of course, having those cool muscle cars to have some fun.
Those make that money, Rich. All y'all need is a webcam and lotion.
But
that's true. And you can rub it on me there, Pale Rider. You sexy bastard.
You're just taking it all the way off the rails. And
yeah, I don't inspire anything like this. People just do this, I mean, it's like, if it's women, they show me parts of their genitalia. If it's guys, they proposition me with sexual favors.
It's a win-win situation for you.
I know. No, it's not. I don't win anything if a dude does that to me. Ew.
Okay.
All right. So check it out. We got Dime Store Detective #1. It's launching tomorrow. We'll be promoting it all week. Now, John, why are you not on the CromCon schedule this weekend?
Yeah, man. What's that all about?
Sorry, it's been pretty crazy with
well, I mean, there is no getting on the schedule now. That shit signs up an hour. That thing fills up in hours now. But
oh gosh, yeah.
I do have Sunday night with RJ the panel, the 9 o'clock panel. Okay, it's pretty much open for everybody. It's just like the final panel. Everybody comes, hangs out. So Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, you're more than welcome. Come hang out with everybody. Talk about this after lunch.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to definitely do something.
I wish you the best of luck with that, man. I really do.
Thank you. I appreciate it. People can sign up to be alerted right now if they want to go on and click that button. Alert me now and
do that. Go sign up right now if you like this kind of stuff, man. I back Norlin. You know, I'll back this. I'll back the Roaring. If I didn't already, yeah, I did. Of course, I did.
Yeah, you already did. Yay!
Still didn't tell us who backer number 1 was.
I don't know who backer. I gotta take a look, man. I saw it, but I was like, you know what? I don't feel like remembering that person's name because chances are they're boring. So I'm just not gonna bother.
Oh, it's probably. Oh, that's wrong, dude.
I know. Whoever the first backer is, I love you. Thank you.
All right, so go sign up for Dime Store Detective number 1. While you're at it, talk. You know, if you want to talk to John about getting on board with Alpha Dogs number 1 or 2 or both, I'm sure he will make those. You're gonna have some kind of an add-on available in this campaign. For those.
Yep. With the Alpha Dogs 3, I'm at the add-ons for 1 and 2 as well. So, yeah.
This guy is something else, man. I'm just telling you.
He's out of his effing mind. That's what he is.
Yeah. And Chris is on top of the link for the next one. That's liking. We're gonna have Dennis out here in a few minutes. Hang out, John, till he gets here, so I can introduce you guys. You know, but the thing that's cool about John Rich is that he's local.
Yep.
Okay.
What do you mean local?
When I go to a con round here, I run into John.
Oh, okay, cool. Excellent.
Yeah, out of Buchanan.
He's local. One of these days we're gonna hang out together at a con. I'm gonna talk into, you know, just get a ticket to go do CromCon there. You know, we're gonna get John involved in the CromCon.
Definitely. I'm gonna sign up for Grand Rapids here in April, that Comic-Con, and I missed you in the Lansing one, the capital city one. It was okay. Not a huge turnout, but it was decent.
Yeah, well, I talked to Mark up there at Grand Rapids. I already know what a table costs with electricity because I'd have to have electricity.
Yeah, that usually helps.
Can't run the show without that. Got to have.
How much is the table on that show?
I think it's 500 something, 525.
500. Holy crap!
Grand Rapids, pretty good size show, man.
Oh my god!
I want to bring in our next guest. Y'all go look. The link is over there. Dime Store Detective. Go sign up right now. You guys know you like them old school books like Rich's. And
if you like Alpha Dogs, then you'll like this because it's I hope the same quality of comic book.
It's Dennis Robinson.
Hey, Dennis Rodman's here. Yay. All right. Dennis Rodman.
I've never heard that in my entire life.
Oh, my God.
By the way, before we get into anything, John, I just found out about 10, 15 minutes ago that you and I have a connection because my colorist is also from Stone Tower Studio.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Because they had messaged me earlier and they said, oh, I saw that you're going on the Monday Madness show. Our other client, John, is going on right before you. And I was just like, small world.
Yeah, that is. That's funny. That's funny. Who's your colorist?
We bring the indie world together. That's my job.
Yes, we do.
I didn't catch what you say.
Ezekiel Dominguez.
We bring the indie world together. And
you didn't hear what Dennis said. Okay, Rich, let's shut up and let Dennis talk.
That's all right.
The colorist's name is Ezekiel Dominguez.
Oh, yep. I've seen his work. He's really good. Yeah. Oh boy. I don't know if you know. This is Fernando. I don't know if you know from them. Yep. And this is Alfonso.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome. The colorist is that.
Hell Rider. Come on. We in this house everything is tracist.
I guess so.
Everything is tracist. We don't do anything racist ever.
That boy needs to get laid. That's what it
I
is.
know. That poor guy. Go have a drink, bro. You'll be okay. Okay.
Yeah, and stop. Yeah.
Chris,
I got the digital of Do You See? Okay.
What I see from earlier. Yes, cool.
That's lovely.
Now, Chris is also a friend of Dennis's. You know how I know that?
Yeah, Christopher Brown. Yeah.
You know how I know that?
I went on his show a couple weeks ago.
You know how I know
And now
that?
Pops has my my pins on his hat.
Because that's how I got liking pins. I got them from Chris. See?
Did they start glowing in the dark yet?
Well, my hat's facing the other way when it's up on the hat rack, so I don't see that side of the hat. But now I'll hang it the other way just to see, because my Lady Death up here on the curtain glows every night, and it's like that and Joe, they glow, right? And they're the only thing. It's real dark in here, and the only thing you see is Lady Death and Joe. But yeah, we're going to talk about liking. That's what we're going to talk about right now. John, you can hang out. You can hang out and check this out if you want. I got to share the screen. And this is chapter 2. So why don't you give us a little rundown of chapter 1 so everybody knows what they're leading into?
Sure. So Lycan Solomon's Odyssey is the story of the world's first werewolf. So the idea is the series is going to be 15 books long. The first book, which came out and successfully kickstarted last year, that one's set in 8000 BC. And then this one takes place not very long after that. So essentially the series deals with things like PTSD, addiction, but also really dives into different regions, folklore, mythology, religion, stuff like that. So the first book is sort of the origin story, the call to action for the quote-unquote hero's journey, although he's not really that much of a hero. And so the second book kicks up, I think, the same exact day at the end of the first book. So, yeah.
Wow. Okay. So do you have anything you can show us from the first book, art-wise or whatever? What do you got?
I got the book here.
There you go.
Which I have for, I don't even know why it's sitting down here, to be honest. But but yeah. So the first book. Here's some of the inside art. Like I said, the colors are by Ezekiel Dominguez. Absolutely love the color. My artist, his name is Sal Denaire. He's out of Spain. I met both the artist and the colorist in the same Facebook page. Somebody had referred me to it. It's called Pairing Writers with Artists or something like that.
I know that one, yes.
And then let's
they don't mind me helping pair artists with writers, but they don't want me promoting what they end up doing together.
Yeah. So the first book sets everything up, and then each book sort of builds off that one. So the second one that you have up on the screen here, that cover was done by the same person who did the cover for the first book. His name is Christian Dabari, but the color is also done by Ezekiel Dominguez, just because I literally just try and get the color anything I can because I love it. So yeah.
What's up, Rich? Where you at?
I'm right here. Fuck.
Okay. I was like, I didn't lose him, did I? He lives over there in the UK, and sometimes he gets tired.
I get it.
I'm getting a little tired, but I should be okay. So
could you see any of that? What he was showing inside the book?
Let me see it again. I apologize.
No, that's all right. Let me flip open here. Here's one of the pages.
Now, who's the interior artist on that again?
His name is Sal Denaire. He's out of Spain.
Okay. Oh, it's lovely.
Thank you.
Oh, it's lovely.
Pop. I like it.
This page here, this one right here, was actually the test page that was used across multiple artists, and which helped determine who I ended up picking in the end. So.
Yeah, man. It looks good. Looks really good. You're welcome.
Looks real good. So What's up? Good stuff. We got good stuff. Comic Gator in the chat. He also has a great show. We play the trailer at the beginning of our show every time. So if you want to go check out his channel, you can do that. Now I gotta ask because this dude over here, Chris, Chris is like one of our sponsors.
Okay.
And he's also the person that first told me about you. So how'd you guys meet?
So I had joined a bunch of Facebook groups to try and promote the Kickstarter last year. And so I started reaching out again this year as I started planning things out. And I think I'd put out a question of, hey, does anybody have any comic book podcasts they would suggest reaching out to? Because I was looking to try and get word out about the first book, get a review of the book, and just try and, because everything is word of mouth. I'm self-published. I don't have a publisher or anything like that, so it's all word of mouth. So I was just trying to see what other avenues, because I did look up a whole slew of comic book podcasts, like any that I could find on iTunes, basically, and just started hitting them up, and didn't get a whole lot of word back from many of them. And so I put up in Facebook, and Chris responded, and then he and I got to talking, and then I went on his show, and then he recommended I reach out to Pops, and it just sort of snowballs from there.
That's kind of how it usually happens. We just I know so many different people. You obviously you're familiar with Nita and them over at the Raging Network too, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, it's just everybody's got to just help each other out and get it all seen. Yep. That's all I try to do, and that means some of the people, some campaigns I won't see until it's like almost over, right?
Yeah.
I'll catch it at the last, there's 3 days left.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there might not be a chance for him to get on my show. I might be booked out or whatever, but I'll try to tell as many people that have shows as I possibly can. Hey,
sure,
this guy out, get this guy out, right? Just like what RJ did with, when RJ does the same thing. When he sees somebody, he's like, have you been on Pop's channel? And we just, we try to help each other out.
I had something similar last year, actually, where I had a bunch of other people who were doing Kickstarters at the same time reach out and said, hey, would you like to do some cross promotion? Like, you back mine, I back yours, you promote mine, I promote yours, kind of thing. So that happened. I think it was like 4 projects that month that had reached out to me about doing some, and I'm always down for cross promotion anyways. So I have a podcast of my own, so I always say, hey, anybody wants to do cross promotion, you just let me know. I'm more than happy to,
Well, what's your YouTube channel? Because that's what I promote everybody's channels as well.
So we don't have. Well, I guess we do have a YouTube channel. So Botched Podcast. So Botched, a D&D podcast, is the podcast we run. It's on all the podcatchers, but we do our live shows typically on Twitch, and then we'll also upload to YouTube after the fact. It's an improv comedy show draped in the loose skin of Dungeons and Dragons with a little bit of drinking involved.
That sounds interesting.
Say goodbye to John. John, tell everybody where they can find you real quick.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. We should do cross promote, Dennis. Since
hit me up.
Launching tomorrow, I'll have to hit me up and do something. So
all right.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you, Rich. Appreciate you having
Pleasure
me.
meeting you, man. Good luck in your campaign. Good luck in everything, dude.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
It all month. Keep an eye out for Dime Store Detective. Get all radio voice. Dime Store Detective.
All right, I'll catch you guys later.
All right,
man. Have a good one, buddy.
Good seeing you, man.
Take care now.
There is a like and see, Chris, just come out here and show it, dude. That's part of cross promotion. That's the kind of cross promotion that we talk about, like where people do prints with both of their characters, and then if you back both of our books, you get one of these prints. It's man, you don't realize how much that helps. Mojo Risen and Voodoo Nations, 2 different books, 2 totally different books, but they both got a voodoo guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
They did connecting covers.
Oh, okay.
You see, and then if you got both, you'd want to get both covers because, right?
That's awesome.
So, I mean, we've seen all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah. Well, so my first convention that I ever did a few weeks ago was Roanoke, Virginia, Big Lake Comic-Con. There was a guy in the same lane as me in Artist Alley, and his name's Lee Horton, I believe is his last name. I know his first name's really terrible. But Lee also has a werewolf book, and his is very different stylistically. But he and we exchanged books, and we were talking for a while, and then he just drew me a print of my book. He wouldn't even let me pay him. I was like, okay, well then I'm definitely giving you all kinds of I'm giving you all kinds of promotion. I'm going to make it part of the Kickstarter. I'm going to make sure to credit you and all that stuff. And he's like, you don't have to do all that. But it's another one of those things where we have a similar sort of, it's not really that close of a premise, but the werewolf ties everything together. And then, he made a thing for me. I'm going to use it in everything now. And then I'm going to work with him moving forward on, future Kickstarter projects.
Excellent, man.
Kind of crazy how that stuff happens.
Oh yeah, and then there's this. You're going to be out here this weekend, right? CromCon.
Where are you again?
CromCon. No, you're going to be at the show this weekend, aren't you? Do I have you on the schedule?
I don't think so. The only one.
Oh yeah, 8:00 Sunday night. I got Nick.
Oh, okay, you do. Okay.
I think.
Right.
Wait a minute. No, it's not you.
Okay, I was going to say because I thought the only one you had sent me was this one.
All right, well, we're going to get you on. Okay. Look, Sunday night, 9:00. When are you launching this?
So it launches on September 2nd. So not this Friday, but next
on
Friday.
my birthday. This guy wants.
That's right.
Oh, that's when your birthday is?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't care. Anyway, that's cool.
But he's gonna launch it on my birthday, and see, I don't know. We're trying to figure out how to schedule it because I have no idea what's happening on my birthday. My son could get up in the morning and say, "Pops, let's go golfing," in which case the morning shot, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or some hottie could hit me up and say, "Come on, Pops, let's go out tonight." So the evening I can't really book.
Well, that weekend so I always launch. So I mean, always. It's only been 2, but I launch my Kickstarters to coincide with Dragon Con. That's the big convention we always go to every year, and sort of where the book got reborn anyways was at Dragon Con. So I was like, well, you know what? I'm on a bunch of panels and things like that. What better time to launch it than, while at Dragon Con while I'm talking to people anyways. Right. So I'm usually pretty crazy busy when it comes to Dragon Con anyways, because Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's panels at all, literally our Saturday and Sunday shows are both at 10 o'clock at night.
Right. Monday Madness on the 5th.
I'll be in a hotel. I might be able to hit you up from there.
It's as long as you got Wi-Fi and a laptop, you're good.
Sure. I'll have to bring my laptop in.
I've had to do my show with my phone before, so
Okay. That's
Rich
fair.
is on his phone right now, I think.
Because my laptop, it dies after, unless this has like an Ethernet connection. This thing, the signal on my laptop dies after a half hour, and then it's like I can't use it anymore, and that sucks because I'd rather use the laptop than this damn phone all the time. Where it's like you're the size of like a piece of broken eraser, with your head size and everything. It's hard to see.
Yeah.
Hotel, motel, holiday. Where was that from?
Song.
Oh, say what?
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's lame, Tank. It's really lame. It actually really sucks. So that's all right.
I'd be down for coming on Monday if just hit me up during the day and I'll figure out where I am during the course of that day.
I mean,
all right.
I don't usually book anything after CromCon until after CromCon. So,
Okay.
I try to keep everything in 1 month, man.
Sure.
That way I don't get too apt to double book or overbook myself. Like between now and my birthday, I think I have 0 days off. 0. So yeah, working it, baby. And part of that is promoting books like this. So there is going to be a catch up here, right? We can get chapter 1 as well as chapter 2 when you launch.
Yeah. So if people want to get the first book along with the second book in the Kickstarter, there is a tier specifically for a catch up. Or, you know, if they want to go for one of the higher tiers, they can do that and just add the first book as an add-on. That's an option too.
Cool. And look over here, we got Tank talking about the Slaughterville colors. It all looks good, man. Look,
it does look good.
Everything going on. Now, this one, the colors pop on the book that you showed us. You got the same people working on this, so it's a level up?
Yeah, so this cover is the same cover artist as the last one. I do have 2 other covers in the works right now by a different artist named Matthew Sutton. It'll be the same colorist. Okay. But I'm hoping, fingers crossed, to get the other 2 covers by the end of this week, because I wanted to include them in the Kickstarter so people could choose, you know, what cover they wanted to go with. Unless they go for one of the higher tiers where, you know, it's a hardcover edition of the book. Like that one, I'm probably going to limit to like specifically 1 cover, because I can't. I feel like having multiple covers of a hardcover is just going to get way too expensive, way too fast. So
yeah.
I'm gonna limit that. But it'll probably be this cover, yeah.
It looks great. That cover looks really good.
Hey.
Who's the artist on that?
That's Christian Dabari.
He's good.
Yeah. He so it was funny, the last, I guess it was earlier this year, my roommate went to local comic book shop little ways out, and he comes home with this book called Tales in Techno Horror. And he goes, "Oh, I was talking to the sales owner, and he recommended this book to me, and the cover art's awesome and all this stuff." And I said, "You realize that's the same artist that does the cover for my book, right?" And you could see the slow realization creep into his head, and his head exploded a little bit. But he actually...
Is that all he does? Is that all he does is just covers?
No,
or does he do interiors as well?
Interiors for that book too.
Oh, really? I'm impressed.
His style wasn't exactly what I was looking for the interiors of my book. So,
yeah.
But I did like his stuff, so I definitely wanted to hit him up for covers, and I'm very happy that I did. And I knew as soon as I gave him some reference materials, he was going to go with this for the cover, because ghouls that's just sort of his forte.
Dude, I love that. I love that right there.
Yeah.
I want to see bigger, more. Anything you can share with us, or are you hiding it all till the launch?
I mean, I can send you the files. I don't know. Can I share screen in here? I guess I can.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let me.
I'll get mine the hell out the way. Go for it.
Let me get my downloads folder up here. I got all kinds of junk. Okay, let me see. Share.
Oh yeah. While there's a break in the action, Slaughterville, the game. Check it out, right there. Just because, you know.
Yeah, why not?
Gods of Metal. Yeah, and Gods of Metal.
Yeah.
Can you see the cover that I'm sharing?
Yes, we can.
Vaguely.
Well, you have a teeny tiny little thing.
You're gonna have to blow it up.
No, I do not. But that's besides the point, you know. But
Dennis, I think you're gonna fit right in, bro. I'm just saying.
Yeah, man. Hey, there's nothing teeny on. There's nothing teeny on Rich. Trust me.
Telling myself if I cry at night.
Trust me. If women's travel states for this meat sandwich, then yeah, I'm not tiny. So.
Oh, geez. All right. The one, the only, the incomparable Tank freaking Ferret has a.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Now it's this guy.
Okay, so this is like these not the main characters, right?
No, these are so as I was saying before, that I wanted to explore different mythologies and folklores. This is actually, so these are ghouls, which, you know, if you've played any D&D or stuff like that, you probably heard the term ghoul before, but I didn't know before I started researching the book that ghoul actually is originally an Arabian or Saudi Arabian sort of folklore. about these creatures that feast on the dead, and then they can like take the form of whoever it is that they were chomping on, and then they can trick other people into leading them away so they can eat them. So that's what these are. So the idea that I went with here, because there's not like depictions of it or anything like that in the old folklore, was like super loose skin so that it can move around and like change shape and all that jazz. But like their real form is just super gross. That's why they have those big globs of hanging like just meat down around their pelvis.
Ew. Ew. Ew, man.
And like
I'm trying to have my dinner. God, this life sucks, man.
Hey, at least I didn't say the word moist or anything like that.
Oh, God, this knife is atrocious. Oh, there it is, finally. Sorry.
What are you cutting, Rich?
My wrists.
Okay. Let's just checking.
Me next.
All right. So, do you got a piece of art to be like your main character, or?
Sure. Let me. So I have all the character concept sketches too.
Yeah, there you go. Give us a little bit of appetizer. I want
I love this art.
See, it's not fair. Chris knows all about it, and I don't know nothing about it. That's why I told him, come out here and talk about it. He's like,
So I'm not as familiar with StreamYard. So I have to keep swapping around the screens that I'm sharing.
Yeah, that's one thing they haven't figured out yet, is how to just let us jump from one thing to another. But there you go.
So this is before every book gets started, the artist Sal and I sit down and we sort of try and figure out, okay, what do the characters look like in this particular book? So the first book, Solomon's the main character. He looks very different in the first book than he does in this book.
Okay.
He's a lot more disheveled. He's not having a great time in this book. Could be.
So he got through book one just to get slapped in book two.
Yeah, it's not a happy. So one of my other buddies was reviewing the book, and he said that he's like, this book is really dark. He's like, there's not even like a, you didn't even give him like a little small ray of hope. It's just all dark the whole way through, just super sad. And I said, yeah, that was kind of what I was going for. I was like, he gets rays of hope here and there, but for the first book, I really wanted to just break him down in order to, kickstart the entire journey, or Odyssey, if you will.
Nice. All right, so Solomon's the first werewolf.
Yeah.
That's got to be rough.
Yeah.
There's
You could
nobody to teach you about how you're supposed to get through any of this, right?
Well, he doesn't even realize what he is. Like, because I mean, there's no information. Like nobody. He's the first, anyways. But like, he doesn't know why he changes. He doesn't know when he changes. He blacks out and then wakes up the next day and is typically covered in some sort of carnage that he's just hoping isn't a person when he rolls over and sees, what it's attached, like what all the blood and guts is attached to. So part of this second book is him just trying to come to terms with what he is and figure out, how does this work? Like he starts to map out the phases of the moon to figure out, okay, and like he has a walking stick that he puts notches in to figure out, okay, how many before I black out again? So then he can get an idea of like, okay, so he sort of builds a schedule, kind of, so he can understand like, okay, I know I need to really be far away from anything on this night, or things are going to go sideways, kind of thing. So he's just trying to figure things out while also dealing with the PTSD of like what happened in the first book.
I'm gonna have to ask Kimberly, did you get thrown in the river or did you fall in the river? Just gotta know.
Kimberly, funny enough, he blacks out and wakes up in a river at the end of this book. So
there you go. Look at that. This book is right up your alley.
All tied together.
I love that kind of stuff. That's just small world stuff right there. Oh, what happened? Oh, you what happened? Did you lose something?
I don't know. What did we lose?
But let's see. So here's another picture of the ghouls.
We lost Tank. That's what we lost. He was so quiet.
Oh, okay.
He was so quiet we didn't even know he was there.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
So yeah, so this is a different artist, but it's the main artist in the book. So this is what they look like more in the book as opposed to like on the cover. But yeah, like the very loose flaps of skin. And,
yeah, man, that's very good. That's very good.
What else we got in here? So this is also where I introduce magic.
What did Kimberly say?
She said, "I'm not sure if I got thrown there, but there were like 5 socks beside me."
Oh, well, it's always good to have extra socks.
All right, so Sahar.
So this is the book where I introduce magic. So Sahar is one of these 3 witch sisters that Solomon comes across, and so they can do various magical abilities and things like that. And I don't get into where their abilities necessarily come from in this book. It's one of those things that pops up later on.
All right. So, definitely, I don't know what you're doing this Sunday.
This Sunday, I will be at Maryland Pop and Horror Con till about 4 or 5 o'clock, I believe.
Okay,
Nice,
so I'm talking about like 9 o'clock Eastern.
Oh, I'll be home by then.
Oh, if you want to come out and join the open final panel for CromCon, you're more than welcome.
Sure. Yeah, just hit me up with the deets, and then I can.
Yeah,
make sure to have everything
RJ from Critical Blast hosts the final panel. People just come out, show off what they got, whatever. It's mainly kind of like a catch-all for the people that didn't get a spot.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, well, we just throw it open at the end and everybody can come out. So you are more than welcome to join us for CromCon Sunday night. Kimberly, what this is independent comics, creators of independent comics. The network promotes people who create independent comics. These 2 guys are those kind of people. And our next guest, Mr. Caleb Thusat, is also one of those kind of people. So this is what I'm saying. This is what we do. We promote, we network, we make sure everybody knows each other. Neverland Comic. You might have seen us just recently start posting this one. I don't even know where I saw you first. Nita's channel?
Maybe it might have been Nile.
Oh, there it is. Yep. Okay, you were on Niles.
I used to do a show with Nile, Pop XP, where we did a lot of pop culture stuff, and then I've done some crowdfunding campaign stuff with him too. But yeah, him and Billy Tucci, we go back a little ways. So
cool.
I love Bill Tucci. I have not seen that man in quite some time.
Yeah, I haven't seen him since Baltimore pre-pandemic at this point. So
wow.
Yeah, I think he came up and did Gettysburg Comic-Con the one year that they did it. I could have swore I'm pretty sure it was him that he was there. That I spoke to, anyways.
Yeah,
a super nice guy.
Yes, he's amazing and amazing. Dude, everything he does is cool.
Yes, it
is. I'm a fan of cool, right? Everything he does is cool. So
I'm a fan of Billy. You know, he gave me one of my first jobs as an anchor when Crusade Entertainment was around in '96.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah. I was the anchor on Atomic Angels and Angel Fire, and a couple of battle books or something. And yeah, he helped springboard me a little bit. I love the guy.
Awesome.
And I've seen Deborah and Billy just be an immense help to other creators, new creators coming out and doing crowdfunding. And I see Deborah's always dropping pearls of advice on people because, you know, if it wasn't for the Francescas and the Deborahs, there'd be no Brians and Billys.
Ain't that the truth?
those women are very smart business women. I'm just saying they definitely know what they're doing when it comes to promoting their men's books. Like it. So, Dennis, you can hang out. You can hang out while we go through Neverland.
Sure.
Caleb, do you want to share your screen?
You know, I want to, but guess what? I have a different setup than I normally do today because so I don't really have the
I got
screen
you.
sharing capabilities today. I'm on my pad instead of my computer, so
All right, I got you.
it's a little restrictive on the iPad with the live streaming. So
Man,
Yeah,
this
that's
one's doing
sometimes
good.
that's not fun.
You're gonna like this, Rich. This one's doing good. Now, for my people in the chat, for my mods over there, you guys know what to do. Drop some links, man. We're in the last half hour of the show. All the links for all the people that you know about, that you want to promote, that you want to get seen. Drop the links. Now's time.
Yeah, man, drop the chalupa. Make sure.
That goes for you too, Rich. Drop your link over there too, bro. You know what's up.
I can't drop anything right now. You know, it causes damage. Let me see.
Brain damage.
Oh, wow, look at this. You did it. 167 backers, 64 hours to go. You're almost at 4K. Congratulations. Yay. I am pleased for you. That is so cool, dude. Congrats.
Yep, it's always, the issue 2 is sometimes can be a trick, so it's nice to to be there and know that people are coming back. So it's even, I've done this is my 17th Kickstarter campaign at this point. So
holy God.
Still things I'm learning, and I don't do haven't done the single issues quite as much lately, but with this series I kind of have to do it because I'm raising money to do the full color 5-issue limited series. You can't do it all at once and when you're just a writer, so it's putting the pieces together, and I'd like to think my writing is good enough at this point and my books have been put together well enough that people are still coming back. So I got a pretty solid base, around 200 people that seem to be coming back, so it's good.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I got to build my base. I mean, especially for this one. So yeah, you did a good job.
For me, because I keep changing genres because I'm weird like that, and so I'm partly recreating a base like every other time I'm launching a Kickstarter.
Well, it's also adding to your base too.
It's true. It's very true. Yeah.
I have a friend that he's on his 4th book this year. Okay, the first 3 are all different titles, and then he just did book 2 of one of his titles, and that's like in 9 months. He's fulfilled 3, and he's doing a 4th. Okay,
that's exhausting. I've done I think 3 in a year before, but
he'll have
that's a lot of
4
work,
fulfilled
man.
in a single year. It's crazy. He's
Oh yeah.
I'm just trying to get the wind out of here.
I'm gonna introduce my sponsor and friend and hangout buddy at the cons, Mr. Chris from Lappin' Rogue. What's up, brother?
Hey, y'all.
Hey, yeah, man. What's up, Chris?
Keep him busy, boss. Keep him busy.
Yeah, aren't we all?
I've been wearing that Lycan shirt everywhere. So I've been
glad to hear it.
Nice.
Yeah, Chris is the one that introduced me to Dennis's campaign, which brought him here, which made it so I can introduce him to all you guys and to the people that are watching. And here we are again. I think I've talked to you before, Caleb, maybe on somebody else's show.
It's been
it's
a
been
while since I've been
pretty
doing
sure
this,
I've
so
talked to you.
it probably happened.
Anyway, do you want to play this trailer real quick, or do you want to set it up first? How do you want to do this?
No, let me give a little spiel of what it's all about. So I wrote, this was like an idea that came to me in the middle of the pandemic, watching my son grow up during it, and I love old 80s fantasy movies like Neverending Story and Willow, and I wanted to write something that kind of has that heart to it. So I wrote a story about a kid growing up during a global pandemic who escapes to Neverland one night and finds that the magic is completely gone from the island, and he has to figure out how to either find Peter Pan or bring back the magic to the island somehow. And that's kind of the gist. It's a little short trailer, probably about 1 minute and 20 seconds or so, if you want to fire it up. But real simple.
Don't miss out.
Yeah, so we're like knocking on the door of unlocking some more stretch goals with this. But right now you get, if you just for back and physical, you get some cool stuff. So you get a pinup that my friend Howie Knoll, he's done a bunch of different stuff, but he does this really cool pop art style. You get this Tiger Lily print just for backing physical right now.
Ooh, Tiger Lily.
Also a print that we did for the first one that was Hook and Smee, and we're going to do like one for each issue going forward, so you can have like a collection of these characters by the end of the whole series. And there's a sticker. Hopefully we'll unlock that soon. And we got
pin
if we can hit $5,000 by the end, which is still possible. We got the last little push coming here, so
yeah.
Now you've been doing Kickstarter for a long time, right? You understand how that
years.
You understand how that last few days goes, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody, it's kind of like, there's that group of people that were waiting till it's almost over because they didn't know if they were going to have money a month ago.
Yeah, you got that, and then you just got people that they just, some people don't back until it's funded, which is kind of counterproductive. Yeah. But there's a lot of those, and just people have lives and they forget about things, and you get that last 48-hour email shot to them that are following, and they're like, "Oh, I better grab that before it's over." Yeah. And so you get a little chunk one way or the other, usually at the end. So,
and see, that's why I do countdown parties for people.
Nice, yeah. And there's also some other tools that you can use. Like for me, having done so many campaigns, it's a thing called BackerKit Launch, and it's through BackerKit, but it sets it up so that it pools all of your contacts from all of your campaigns into one email list, so that you can send like reminder emails and stuff directly.
Is that software? Is that an app or a software or something?
It's through BackerKit.com. You have to pay $90 to access the thing per campaign, but I guarantee you, if you have enough followers, like I think just for my Kickstarters, I had like 300 or 400 people that hadn't backed my project yet. So, I put the $90 in, but I've made 10% of my money raised right now is from that BackerKit launch thing. So I made my money back and more so. So I actually had a friend remind me of that for this campaign, because I had used it a while ago when it was relatively new. But if I had jumped on that earlier, I might have been able to really capitalize better, like pre-launch, and get more people to back on day one. So
what I do is
jump into that more.
I'll bring somebody out here for the last hour of their campaign, and we go live and we tell everybody, this is your last chance. There's an hour left. Come get this book, right?
Yeah.
And we broadcast it on Twitter and YouTube and wherever. And, we try to help you guys get that last, and remind people, like you said, remind people. But now it's really your last chance. Ain't no 48 hours. You got one freaking hour. Let's go back this book, right?
Definitely.
And so we do launches, we do countdowns, and they're both for the same thing. First is to let everybody know, this one's live now. We launched it. And then we do the countdowns to remind everybody at the last minute. And that's just part of what I do on this network to help you guys out, and to help the fans.
That's awesome.
To help the fans get the books they want, which is really the ultimate goal here. Right.
That is true.
Absolutely.
The ultimate goal is, see, everybody think, you do all this for these creators and whatever. And it's like, I do it I'm a fan. Okay. If I back something and it's, like iffy on whether or not it's going to get funded, I'm going to push the hell out of it. I want the book. Okay.
Nice.
So in the same spirit, even if it's something I didn't back, I see 167 people backed your book, and you're 500 away from getting funded still. I'm going to push the hell out of it. I don't want to see 167 disappointed fans.
That's awesome. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's just as much for the people backing these books as it is for you guys that are creating them. I want them to get the stuff they want, man. I hate seeing a book not get funded. I hate it, man.
Yeah, me too.
There's a lot of great people working their asses off to get these things made, right? And it's hurts when you don't get something.
What you said earlier about the people that wait till it's funded before they back.
Yeah,
man, don't wait. You're gonna get your money back if it don't work. Quit that crap. Just quit that way of thinking. Back the books. Get them funded, yo. You want the book? Back the book.
Exactly.
You know, if it don't get funded, you're going to get your money back. You're not going to be hurt, except disappointed. That's what I hate. That's more disappointing than not ever hearing from the person again, is getting a refund and knowing that there just wasn't enough people, you know, helping push or getting it seen. It's like, man, that is so important for you guys. You know, you guys all know. It's all about, you know, how many eyes you can get on the project. What is it? Brian calls it the 10% rule. You know, you might get 10% of the people that see it to go actually click the link. And then 10% of those might back you. So, you know, it's like you got to get it out there and get it seen by as many people as possible.
That is true.
This one looks great. I want to drop this link in the chat real quick. It is in the description for all you people watching on the replay the next couple days. You know what's up. We'll be putting this up as the featured video overnight. Anybody that sees it on the replay, you know what's up. Go check it out. Don't wait. 64 hours left. Trying to think. I got something Thursday night with Lee. Mid-campaign special edition. But if you happen to see us out there and you want to pop in and go, hey, it's almost over, or remind me so that I can tell people Thursday, hey, it's almost over, do that. Because that's part of what we do, man, is trying to make sure everybody knows what's up.
Absolutely.
Pops, I'm getting tired, man. I gotta get going.
Yeah, I know. Night.
All right. It was good seeing you guys. Good luck on all your campaigns, and congratulations to everyone who passed. Have a good one, gentlemen.
Good night, Rich. You guys can find Rich on Twitter at GrayStoke20.
Yeah, that's it.
Rich Perry Art. Is it what'd you change the YouTube channel name to, Rich?
Rich Perry Artworks.
Yeah, Rich Perry Artworks.
Art Perry Artworks, yeah.
All right. You can find Rich, and if you can't find him, just hit me up. I'll point you in his direction. You have a good night, brother. I will see you tomorrow.
You will see me tomorrow, and I have a special release. And well, what the hell? I have a surprise tomorrow for everyone during the morning brew. So, get ready for some fun.
Cool.
I'll talk to you cats later.
See ya.
See ya.
We gonna dive back in Chicago 2020. Oh man, I wish Tank was still here. Chicago 2020.
That's a nice hat, by the way.
For him, it's Chicago 2022, but you know what I'm saying. So, Percy. Now, see, oh man, what's up with the pirate ship?
Yeah, so this is set. What I did is I set this basically as a sequel to the original Peter Pan novel. So, if you're familiar at all, it's much darker than any Peter Pan that you've probably seen anywhere else. But
it's Grimm's Peter Pan.
It's very much so like that.
Nice.
And so I basically took where that left off and had us jump forward to 2020 with everything that was going on in the world at the time, and had this kid escape to Neverland. And you kind of eventually get to see what happened to Captain Hook and all the different familiar characters in the time between then and now. And it's pretty cool. If you're not familiar with the book, Captain Hook actually gets eaten by the crocodile at the end of the original Peter Pan novel, and it's much more violent. And so we kind of show you how he returns and it's really fun, and I can't like that's issue. We're gonna get to all of that good stuff by issue 3, so you get to see all the grand in between stuff. But right now, this issue 2 is kind of like when Percy really gets swept up into what Captain Hook has planned for him, and you get to see Tiger Lily become kind of the badass mother hero to the Percy character too. So that's why she's featured a lot in the artwork in this one.
Nice.
And we have a Willow variant cover. Friend of mine, Sean Langley, did that for me, watercolor. If you're familiar with the Willow poster, we did the same thing with the Neverland first issue. This is a Chrome edition, but you know it's the Neverending Story poster, but we did it with the Neverland characters.
Right.
So you can actually get both of the first issues in chromatic covers during this campaign on a couple tiers and as add-ons. But we only printed 25 of each of those, so it's a very limited edition run there.
Chris, I got a dog biting my arm. I got to let him out. You want to take over for me real quick? I'll be right back. You got to unmute yourself, bro.
Okay, there we are.
All right, I'll be right back.
Hey, I wanted to ask you, how many issues is this going to be altogether?
It's going to be 5. They're all written. I wrote them actually, like, basically in 2021. I wrote the whole thing out, and I've been tweaking it and stuff since then. But you know, it's at this point, it's just building it up and getting the artwork finished. And the plan is to have it completely finished by the fall of next year. So about this time next year, we'll be running issue 5 and a potential trade with it. So that's what I did with my other books where people were following along with the issues. We did the final book was a trade or the single issue, so that we kind of just bundled it together and didn't have to run 2 separate campaigns at the end, because the artwork's like mostly I end up doing about half the artwork before we launch, and then we kind of finish the artwork during the campaign through and into like the next month, and then the books get out within a month or 2 of the finish of the campaign. And we just kind of, I've worked with these guys enough now that we have this kind of clockwork down with getting this stuff done.
Okay.
How long are the each of the books? Like, are they all the same length, or?
Issue 1 was a little longer. I think it was about 32 pages for the first one, because I had a lot of setup with Percy and his parents. I wanted people to get really attached to the characters before we dove straight into the Neverland. So that one we stretched a little bit, but they'll all run from there. I think it's 24 pages per issue.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. You had
I have it up the back, but I forgot my wallet, so I have to wait till.
I had the digitals backed, and I just upped to one of the physical ones, the choose your cover ones.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you can get. So now you'll get the pinup. We're doing the exclusive pinups for the campaign, so there is an add-on for the pinup from issue 1, but I only have like a small print run left of those, so that's a limited thing. I'm hoping that by the end you'll have like these really cool it's like a set of these cool pop art characters. And Howie's done stuff for like WWE, and
cool.
He actually just designed a beer label for Hulk Hogan's place in Clearwater, Florida, that they have like their own beer, and he just did the label for that. So he's a cool guy, and he does like this whole Dick Tracy pop art things. And when I saw that, I was like, man, I want that, but like the Neverland characters in that kind of style. And it's so far he's just like knocked it out of the park with those things.
All right, Chris, this is the tier I want right here. Pledge 15 or more. That tier right there.
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy. I already spent my allowance.
Yeah, actually, with having one issue done, we actually kind of discounted, because normally I would, for the first issue, everything was $10 per issue. But I'm going to try going forward to do a thing where if you buy one issue for $10, any other issues or covers you can get for $5. So it's like I'm trying to make it super affordable for people to jump on board and collect all this cool stuff. So,
Mhm.
And you can get all 4 covers for $25.
I was going to say, I'm looking at the 25 or more, the collector's bundle. It mentions things Ultralife, Flytrap, Nook, and Zed. What are those?
Those are all my other books that you can read digitally. Most of the tiers at a certain point, you get the digital Village Comics, which is my imprint. You get the bundle of stuff added in. I did a special day one backer thing where like the people that were even backing for $10 on day one got that digital pack, which is like 400 pages of comic content added in for like they paid $10 and they got an issue and 400 pages of comics on top of it. So just to get the ball rolling, you know, day one, you got to get that. My goal always with these campaigns is 30% on day one. I have to hit 30% on day one to make it successful. And we went past it in the past 2 fairly easily. So I think I got the system down after 17 of them, maybe. I don't know.
And that's cool because I know a couple people that have done 17 or more campaigns, and I have people I can go to and say, "Hey, yo, what about this? What did you encounter when it comes to this?" And I know I'm getting like serious experience. Not this is what happened one time. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm talking to somebody who's actually done some serious.
I've had some ups and downs, man. I've had failed campaigns and ones that squeak by, and some that you're down to the last minute. I had stuff that was like the seconds were ticking by, and I'm like trying to reach out to everybody I can, like just throw like $10 in so we can get there.
And this is why I do what I do. I want you guys to fund early and have fun promoting your product. I don't want you stressed out till the last freaking minute, man.
Yeah, I've been there multiple times, dude. It's rough. A campaign like this that was so smooth. We were funded like with a week left, and I'm like, it's kind of been laid back a little bit about it. I haven't even promoted as much as I did in the first one because we actually just had a daughter like 4 weeks ago, and I was like, why don't I want a campaign during having a newborn in my house? I don't know if that was the wisest decision, but it seems to have worked. So
as long as you hook up with enough places where you can go hang out for 30 minutes and get in front of an audience, you know, I mean,
and I've been doing like little cons and stuff throughout the month, and we're counting down kind of the day before because I have my Nook World War II series is on Source Point Press, and the last issue comes out Wednesday in comic shops. So it's like kind of like the last day of my campaign at the same time. So I'm gonna be in Pittsburgh at New Dimension Comics for a signing there and promoting this campaign, and then I'm going over to Hard Rock Cafe to they do a big cosplay karaoke bash once every year over there, and I'm going to be set up at the Hard Rock Cafe kind of promoting this and selling books. And I try to step it up a little bit with the live events too, because I've actually gotten to a point where people actually back on the spot. You know, I'll put a QR code on a thing on my table, and they can just back right then and there. And I've gotten a lot of movement that way over the past few campaigns.
That's what I
need.
need.
The Dimension guys are super nice, by the way. They helped me out last year too.
Oh, nice, yeah.
That's really kind of what I need everybody to do. I need everybody to send me a 5x7 of their QR code to put on my tables.
Nice, yeah.
You see, and then it'd be like, I can tell you, this book's good, that book's good. Yeah, they're all good. Just scan them all. I wouldn't even.
I actually did a thing where I printed my QR codes on stickers, and then you could slap them on stuff, and people could scan them that way.
Oh yeah.
What is up, Past Master Dan? We are talking about the book, that one, Oh, let's put it on YouTube. That one. The Neverland, issues 1 and 2. We've had a great show, Dan. This is the 4th creator we've had out here. Well, 5th, I guess, if you count 6, if you count Rich and Chris.
Well,
Okay.
I don't count.
I don't.
But yeah, we're talking about the Neverland. It's a Grimm's fairy tale sequel to Peter Pan. How's that? Is that a good description?
That's a very good description. Yeah.
A much darker. How'd the story end? I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So-
I try to make some. I'm trying to kind of straddle. I've found that a lot of my stuff has become kind of young adult aimed, and that wasn't intentional. But like a lot of kids, like in their teens, gravitate towards my stuff. So I'm trying to straddle the line to give people like some clear depth that when they're older readers, they're going to get a lot more out of the book. But as younger readers, you're just going to have fun with a cool adventure too. So like this is a great just fantasy epic story, but there's also a lot of subtext and meaning that, you know, as you know, a 30, 40-year-old reading this, you're going to be like, oh, there's so much more going on here. Just like when I was a kid, I loved The Neverending Story, and I watch it now and I'm like, that is much deeper, and there's a lot more going on in that story than I ever really understood as a kid.
Well, that's the whole thing. It's like even SpongeBob. You know, even SpongeBob is one adult innuendo after another. And for anybody that doesn't believe me, I'm just gonna say it one time. Mr. Krabs lives in Bikini Bottoms. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't have to say nothing else, right? Right? Okay.
You know, I never thought of that. Now that you say that, it's hilarious.
You see what I'm saying? It's like there's so many, though. It's horrible. If you actually sit and watch a show, it's like, geez, this ain't for kids. My friend Mark, okay, we were in our 30s, I guess, maybe when that came out, right? I mean, it's SpongeBob been around for a while now, right?
It's been around for a while,
Yeah. Okay, and Mark used to love it. He'd crack up, and I was like, "Why do you think this show is so funny? You know, what's up with this cartoon?" He's like, "No, you got to watch just one episode, just any episode. Pick an episode, and don't look at it as a kid. Look at it as an adult." I was like, "Okay." And he's a cannibal. You see, there's so many things. It's horrible. But yeah, I digress. We are here for Neverland, number 1, number 2. Chris, did you get that one that 25 or more bundle? Is that the one you got?
I got the 15, but I was thinking of switching.
I was going to say, if you upgrade
you have,
to
you
the
have a little time to
25,
think
you can
about
probably
it. A
figure
couple days.
Split it. You can take the 2 you want and send me the other 2. Oh.
I see how it works.
Did you realize as a collector I could never do that?
I know how to hustle a book. Oh, speaking of hustling books, we got a couple of unboxings for tomorrow's morning brew, and Chris has an unboxing for tomorrow's morning brew too. So, we got Smokes the Fox and Earth's Best Friends. So we'll be opening them. We'll have them guys out. We'll hang out. Mike Barron's actually going to be here for the Smokes the Fox opening. So, you know, come hang out. Tomorrow, 11 to 1, the Tuesday morning brew. And Rich said he has an announcement. Chris is going to be showing us the Gone Hunting game. And basically, you guys, the Tuesday morning brew is an open live stream. Anybody come out, hang out. Okay. So if you aren't like day jobbing it and you got nothing to do tomorrow, lunchtime, whatever, you're more than welcome to pop in and say, "Hey, I'm the guy who does that book." Oh yeah, that's right. You know what I mean? It's just a hangout. It's not a scheduled time slots for anybody or everything. Everybody just gets to know each other, and a lot of great collaborations come out of this network. works. So if you see we're on,
Very
check it
cool.
out. You might see something you like. You never know. You know.
I love that stuff, man.
Holy crap! Where'd this guy come from? This is one of my former co-hosts for CromCon, Bill Man X. He's a colorist. Speaking of which, Phil might have something for you to do if you're interested. I'll hit you up later. If you're not like swamped in work. Anybody? Yeah, Pale Rider, you know you'd be welcome. You know you'd fit right in with them clowns. I'm just saying, you know. You get Rich out here. If you got Rich and Pale Rider out here, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Maybe not. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, check it out, you guys. Neverland. Check out Lycan. Go check out the unboxing over there on Laughing Rogue YouTube channel. You can see the unboxing for the Gone Hunting game. He did it this morning, but we'll be showing it off again tomorrow. Everybody, The Roaring, Rich, go back his book. You know what's up. It is nothing but, you know, something small. It's not like 40 pages or anything like that. Don't worry, I got you. Dennis, it was great meeting you.
It was great meeting you too.
Caleb,
Chris, it was great seeing you again.
You too, bud.
Everybody,
And best of luck with the Neverland
Dennis, tell
comic.
everybody where they can find you real quick.
So you can find me on all social media at World's Most Okayest DM. I'm mostly on Instagram so I can share pictures of the dog. Everybody mostly just watches the Instagram for the dog. You can also find my podcast, Botched, a D&D podcast, on all your podcatchers or at botchedpodcast.com, or a slew of other sites or URLs that people have bought for us. I can't remember all of them. I know Sex with Wookiees is one. Dickblood.me is one. Dickblood.tv is one, I think. FreedomValleyHorsepace.com is one. I can't remember. There's way too many. We have a very strange fan base that buys us URLs that all redirect back to patreon.com/botchpodcast. So, and then you can also find my stuff over at www.hiveheadstudios.com. You can actually download the first 18 pages of the first book for free to see if it's something you'd be interested in, or buy the first book there as well.
All right. Chris, I expect you're going to have that link for me after the show, right?
Always.
Oh, and the faster, easier way to get to the Kickstarter, lycanbook.com, Lycan book.com, instead of that whole big gobbledygook that Kickstarter spits out.
There you go. Yeah. See, I like a dedicated address. It makes it nice. Mm-hmm. You know, this guy, Caleb, where can they find you, sir?
Easiest way to find me, my imprint is called Village Comics, so just hop over to villagecomicbooks.com. You can get most of my stuff there. There's links to my Kickstarter there, or if you just want to go straight to the Kickstarter, it's simply neverlandcomic.com, and that'll take you right to the good stuff. So yeah, those are my two places. I'm also all over social media. Just punch in Village Comic Books, you'll find me. And yeah.
Most excellent. Chris, tell everybody where they can find you.
Of course, we have the Laughing Rogue YouTube channel. We got the Laughing Rogue on Facebook. I'm always with Pops somewhere hanging out. Yeah, we're going to be launching Gone Hunting soon. We have Slaughterville. The book 2 is out now. We're about a little over halfway. Mr. Dennis, I did want to tell you the manufacturer is working on the dice. So,
awesome! Thank you. I almost forgot about it.
Yeah, so we're gonna.
I do want to say we must be going soft because we didn't show this all day.
I'm sorry. Hey, listen.
Y'all called a kid-friendly show and you didn't even know it. What's up? Hey, I want to thank
like
you
a
guys.
James
all for
Silent
coming
Bob
out.
thing going on here.
Yeah, I want to thank y'all for coming out, and John and Nick from earlier. Thank them for coming out. Rich, as always, brother, you know what's up. Tank, get yourself some connectivity, brother. Got a big weekend coming up, man. You need to get that thing hooked up.
Yep.
CromCon. Y'all don't want to miss it. You guys have a great day. I'm going to play about 10 more commercials because I have that many more to play.
PBS commercial break.
It's, you know, it's like we got, 10 before or 8 or 9 before and 8 or 9 to play after. That means we're working. All right, so this one, Lee's going to be on the show Thursday night for a mid-campaign boost. You know what's up. Check it out. You guys have a great night.
See y'all.
Thanks.
Brian Christgau, your book, Six Gun Gorilla, is excellent. Six Gun Gorilla, awesome. Awesome comic book.
We've all heard the stories. We've all heard the legends. Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday, Billy the Kid. But there's a secret history to the Old West. One that seems too strange to be true, but, well, we all know what they say about the truth. holes. Very bad people. I think the world is finally ready to hear the story of the strangest, the most startling Western hero of them all. Six-Gun Gorilla. Long Days of Vengeance.
Brian Christgau, Six Gun Gorilla. Great comic book. Really great comic book. Oh, did somebody already say that?
In a world ravaged by monsters, a new evil has risen, poisoning the land and threatening humanity. Now, the Monster Matador, along with the meanest and baddest kaiju killers, have joined forces to kick its ass. Monster Matador, after Apocalypse.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a classic hero in a high-flying, fast-paced, and action-packed steampunk adventure. The original Skyman battles the Master of Steam. With an introduction by comics icon and historian Roy Thomas. A Rising Tide, an Ace Comics publication. Available now in print or digital format on Amazon.com.
Secrets, trust, worth. The bond between souls intertwined within otherworldly intrigue. Michaela Jade brings forth the Elite Warrior series, a collection of dark fantasy romance novels set in a twisted world where power lusts in the hearts of men, and devotion seduces the souls of women. Warrior's Secret, Warrior's Trust, and Warrior's Worth. Available now at authormichaelajade.com.
How do you end this thing? How do you put the where's the brakes on this bus? I forgot.
Jazz
how to drive.
hands. Jazz hands and days.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit